Hey guys, thank you so much for joining our broadcast. We are so grateful that you could join us today. Here's the thing. What do you do to attract volunteers in your youth ministry? Have you ever wondered what you have to do as a youth leader to attract volunteers? Because here's the thing, youth ministry is not a ministry that will be able to pay the youth leader who is the youth pastor and the people serving under him. So everyone else other than the youth pastor, depending on the size of the church, everyone under the youth pastor essentially is not paid. So what is the one thing we need to do as youth leaders to make sure that the people that we need in our youth ministries actually volunteer and come on board to make sure that we have a thriving youth ministry? Here are nuggets that I believe could help us as youth ministers to make sure that we attract people. Now, when I talk about attracting volunteers, I am talking specifically about people who are adults, people who perhaps are married, people who love the Lord, people who love youth ministry, and people who want to see youth ministry grow, who want to see young people grow, who want to see young people discipled and all that. So these are people who are already mature, have gone through life, are not within the definition, do not subscribe fully to the definition of youth ministry or youth per se. So here are a couple of things that I believe that we should do. Number one, as a youth minister, if I really want to attract people to come and serve in my ministry, I have to have genuine love for people. Not just the people, the young people, but for people. I should be able to see myself interacting with people on a daily basis. I should enjoy being in the company of people. I should enjoy talking to people. I should enjoy following up on how people are faring in life. Because if there's a term that I believe we shouldn't define us as youth ministers. I call it the basement nerd. You know those people who sit in their basement in front of a computer punching in numbers and creating all forms of apps and whatnot in their basement. They're smart people. They're passionate about what they do, but they can't interact with people. They don't want to be with people. I want us as youth leaders not to be people who enjoy what we do, but we don't enjoy being with people. So if you're one person like that, it will be difficult. Because here's the thing. People in youth ministry can sense if the person leading them is not passionate or doesn't have that genuine love for people. So you should have genuine love for people. Number two, I think we should be approachable. If you're going to have people serving under you, those people should feel comfortable to come to you and say, listen, dude, I have a crisis in my life. Listen, dude, I think I just did something wrong and I need you to help me solve that before it affects our people, our ministry, the faith of the young people that we lead. You should be a person who is approachable to say, if there is a problem, the person that I should go to is my leader in youth ministry. I should go to that person so that we can solve the problem together. People should not feel the need to hide things from you because you're not approachable. If you're not approachable, you cannot be the person, the go-to guy in terms of solving problems. Then there's a problem in your youth ministry. Not everything that happens will happen with you knowing what's happening. People will start doing things behind your back. Why? You're not approachable. So be someone who is approachable so that when there is a crisis in their individual lives, they can come to you. When there's a crisis in the ministry or the assignment that you've given each person, they can still come back to you and say, listen, dude, there's a problem. Let's solve it together. So be approachable. Be someone who has genuine love for people. Be open and receptive to new ideas. And by that I don't mean be a pushover, so that when everyone brings an idea, you jump on it and then you act on it and all that. No, I mean you should have the discerning spirit to say, is this the idea that we need right now? You know, it's funny how in my time in youth ministry, there are times when we've done things that I never thought of. The ideas came from kids, the ideas came from other people who were serving under me in the youth ministry. Be open to new ideas. You don't have all the ideas that youth ministry needs. There are people who can come up with an idea, for example, such as advertising. And you think to yourself, but why should we advertise youth ministry? Because you need to be there and people need to know that what you're doing and how you're doing it and all that. How can you solve their problems? So be open to ideas. And some of the ideas, the brilliant ideas that are going to help you grow your ministry are not going to come from You as the leader, they're going to come from the people that you lead. But how are you going to know that they have these ideas, and how are they going to give them to you? That will only happen if your ears are open to their ideas and your heart is receptive, because you can listen but not be willing to act on them. So you should be receptive to these ideas and be willing to then say, okay, let's try it out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it doesn't, I'm still going to support you. I'm not going to think any less of you because you brought this idea. There's nothing called a stupid idea if it means reaching out and saving a young person's life. Be open to ideas. The next point that I need you to look at as a youth leader is the issue of showing appreciation. As I said earlier on, some of the people who are coming to serve in your ministry are married people, they have kids. Some of them have to hire a babysitter to come to serve in youth ministry on a Friday afternoon or Friday evening, whatever the case may be. Why should they go to such extremes to do such things if you are then going to come back to them and say, hey, you were supposed to do this? It's not my job. It's not my responsibility to. Yeah, it's a responsibility now that I have volunteered. But remember, it's not a must that I come. It's not a must that I come. So when I come and I serve as a person in your youth ministry, one thing you can do is show appreciation. Think about it this way. I was thinking the other day, would it be nice for youth leaders to say, for the people who are married and serve in the youth ministry, you say one day, hey, guys, you bring your kids, I'll find you a babysitter for, I don't know, for a Saturday. You guys have 2-3 hours to go on a date as a couple. And you do that and you tell them, the reason I'm doing this is because I've seen you serve in my ministry and I'm grateful, and I just want you to know that I really appreciate what you do. For that reason, could you just spend 2 hours with your spouse and just bond whilst I take care of your kids? Or I find someone to take care of your kids. Or you just say, listen guys, I don't know how to say thank you to you, but for this year, I'm going to fill up your tank. Just one full tank in a calendar year. Just one full tank. Give them a one full tank. Or if you can't afford those kind of things, just a gift. $10, $20, whatever the gift, it's a gift. Show appreciation. The gift counts more than the value of the gift. The fact that you are thinking about me and appreciate the things that I do for the ministry means a lot. So show appreciation. The next thing that you need to do as a youth leader, if you want to attract youth volunteers in your youth ministry, is be a good communicator. Be someone who communicates well. Don't sit when you're uncomfortable with something. Don't bury your thoughts and your feelings about that. Don't bottle things up. Speak up. Say, this is not good, this shouldn't happen, and this is what should happen. And if things are going well, commend people for it. And when you're giving someone an instruction and telling them to do a certain task, it should be clear enough and specific enough to say, this is the task, this is where it starts, this is where it ends, and these are the tools to use, or these are the people to be involved, and this is the time frame, this is the deadline. Be good at communication. Don't just tell people, hey, I want you to lead games. Someone plans a game for 3 hours. You come and start rebuking them. But you never told them that the game that they were supposed to lead was supposed to be 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Good communication is specific in terms of time. It's specific in terms of responsibilities and duties. Be specific in everything that you do. That's good communication. So if you're going to attract youth leaders in your ministry, you'll have to be a good communicator. Someone who is able to say, these are the specifics that I want you to follow to be able to achieve this. Okay? And then the other thing that I think with us youth ministers we need to learn to do is to care about the well-being of people. Right now with Corona going on, how many of us as youth leaders have spared a moment to send an SMS? How many of us have phoned our youth leaders and said, how are you doing? What do you need? Some of our youth leaders will be laid off as a result of all this. How many of us have taken the initiative to find out how our youth leaders are doing and how we can help and all that? Because if you don't genuinely care about the needs of people outside of the ministry, people will not feel the need to stay in your youth ministry because you don't care about them. You care about what they can offer you. I feel that is abuse. You should be able to care about what people are, who they are, in and outside of your youth ministry. If someone is struggling in terms of providing for their family, you should be able to say, okay guys, as a youth ministry, we would like to donate 10 kilograms of rice to help you guys alleviate the problem that you are facing as a family. So those are the things that you should be able to do to make sure that you are able to attract youth leaders, volunteers in your ministry. I hope this is helpful for you, and if you still have suggestions on things to do, hey, why don't you hit us in the comment box and let us know what you think. God bless you. I hope you will be able to use this to better your ministry and to reach kids for Christ. God bless you.